This is Todd, and today we're going to open up the outlaw Dolores from Westworld. Now you're probably going, what? What does this have to do with He-Man or anything else that you've been doing for a while? I will tell you why in a moment. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and let's check it out. All right, so let me move my microphone to a better spot. And so I was doing a video talking about all my cool cowboy figures, my different customs and stuff, and somebody pointed out, hey, you know what? They got a good sale on this Westworld Dolores figure, and she has that cowboy isk you've been looking for. And I'm like, hey, all right. So I went on eBay and I picked her up, and believe it or not, she was not that much money. I'm not sure why this. I don't know why they made this box this way. If you look straight on, her face is like cut off. That's so bizarre, and it's all the way to the top, so it's the way they designed it. You think they would have had her lower in the box so you can see her face. It's so weird. I mean, maybe it's for little kids looking up at the shelf, you know. Hey! Of course, now my light is so bright on it. Such a weird angle the way they have that. Anyway, I don't know if I'll be keeping the whole entire figure, but I'll be definitely keeping like her hat and some of her accessories. But for those that are in the Westworld, I actually really enjoyed the series. I've seen the movie as a kid, and then I've seen the series on HBO, and it was a really fun series to watch. It's about a theme park, robots going berserk, and the original movie had Yul Brynner in it, and I went back and watched the original movie after watching the Westworld series, and oh man, it was so far cry from the series. The series was amazingly awesome, and the movie I thought was amazingly awesome when I was a kid, but it's not. I was so surprised, but I guess for back in the day, it was pretty cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and open her up. So in the back of the box, they show her right there. Dun, 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 and they have other people in the line. They got Man in Black, Dr. Robert Ford, and then Dolores Abernathy, the non-outlaw version before she goes berserk and starts killing everybody. Anyway, let's go ahead and check this out and open it up and see what we got inside this package here, and compare it to different figures and different lines and see just how well she fits. There she is. Now, since it's made after a real actress, it does have that real actress kind of look in her face, which you guys know I'm not a huge fan of. I like my toys to look like toys, not look like statues or models of real people. So, oh no, it's her hat. Oh, her hat is attached and glued to her head. No! That's what I got her for, was to take the hat off. I assumed that it was just stuck on the same head. Wow, I probably could get it off. I can feel it's glued. But even if I got it off, it's such a small base, it would not fit on Adora. Adora! I might just take and scan it in and make a larger version for Adora, because I kind of want to get a hat for Adora. So that's funny. It sounds like Fedora. I want a fedora for Adora. Anyway, so for me, disappointment. Let's see if the gun's removable. No, the gun's not even removable, nor is the belt. I won't be getting any accessories off this figure here. And she comes with a stand. You'd think she would have came with a shotgun or something else that was removable, but she is just one large chunk of articulated plastic. Nothing is really removable on her. But let's take a look at her for what she is, because obviously when they made her, it was made to match the aesthetics of the show. So I'll look at her from that point of view, not from a He-Man action figure. So first, let's talk about articulation. We have ankle movement, no boot cut, double joint her knees. We have some strange thigh movement that totally destroys the sculpt. Roop. That is so weird. She's going to do a side kick. That just looks bizarro. And she does have a thigh cut as well. I'm going to zoom this back out. It's just too close. There we go. And so you can see that cut that I was talking about on her thigh. And her leg does move this way. And then she has... a little too rough. I can't get her back together without hot water. I mean, that's it. That's just sits like that. She has a movement there. Shoulder movement. A bicep cut. and a double jointed elbow. And her wrist looks very delicate, like it's going to break easy. And it goes back and forth on both, and her head moves. Now, I was thinking about even stealing her head maybe, but to tell you the truth, I really don't want this head. Just because it doesn't match the aesthetics of all my other figures. Now, if you take a look at my classic Sedora and compare her, it just does not seem to match the look that I'm going for. But as far as a movie figure goes on your shelf, she could look pretty cool. If you're just going to stand her up on the shelf and put her in one pose, don't bend her hips because it will look really weird, and stick her on her little stand here, she could look cool. So shelf presence, she could look cool. If you were going to collect a bunch of movie figures like her and maybe some other movie figures too, like Princess Bride or something else. But she does have some really good movement in that arm. Now, of course, you lose the complete elbow there when you do that, which looks weird. But you could do some strange kind of stuff. She can touch her shoulder. Wow. She can scratch her own shoulder. That is weird for an action figure to do that. All right, so for me personally, I am not loving a lot of things about this figure. One, the pins, obviously. Two, when you move, almost every single joint destroys the sculpt in one way or another. The only one that doesn't is the ankle joint and the shoulder joint. Stop. Oh, and of course when her head moves. Everything else kind of does weird things with the sculpt. Her waist does not turn either. So her only movement is way up here at her chest level. So there you go. As far as her being a statue, you know what? It probably would have been better if they sort of made her into a statue. Just outright statued her and gave her some really cool pose from the movie or from this TV series. But, of course, this could be a fun head if I was to repaint it. You know, to not... I wonder, how much paint would it take to give her the look I'm looking for? Interesting. What's weird is they kind of have the wash ending right under the hat, and down here it's not as much. So you can see it looks kind of strange the way the wash changes. All right. Well, let me check the comments. Hey, Ronald. Thanks for joining us. And that's all I have from Ronald. Anyway, hey, check this out. Let me go and turn my camera around since I am sitting here. It's getting cleaner. I added the facade of Castle Grayskull to the front of my Castle Grayskull now. So slowly but surely, it's getting cleaner and cleaner each time. Got a little mess over here I got to take care of. But it's getting together. Anyway, thanks for joining me. And I know it was a pretty quick video to talk about this figure, but there's just not a lot to talk about. I mean, she only has she has two accessories, a stand and a head. I mean, she should have, like I said, at least come with a shotgun or something else, but that is it. Her gun's not removable. Her belt's not removable. Her face, for me, is too movie-like, and her sculpt is destroyed every time you move her articulation points. So if you were going to pose her on the shelf, you would never have her doing some kind of cool movement of some sort, because you'll destroy the sculpt and it will look bad on the shelf. So you'd be stuck with her legs straight. Once you bend her knees, same thing, a big old chunk there. And you could probably get away with bending the elbow, but again, you can't even draw her gun to have her do. I mean, you could stick her hand on her gun like she's getting ready to draw it. You know, I guess you could do that. Oh, I broke her again. I was trying to put her hand on the top of her gun like she was getting ready to... Okay. Let's bend this elbow a little bit more. There we go. So you could potentially do something like that, like she's getting ready to pull it. I guess that'd be kind of the coolest pose you can do. And this hand here, I don't know what you would do with it. I guess you'd put it off to the side like she's really concentrating, getting ready to whip out that pistol. Waching! And that's really the only pose I'd probably put her on my shelf if I was going to pose her. I don't think I'd use the masked head because it kind of takes away from the whole idea of being able to actually see her face. Anyway, that's my review. She'll be going on the chopping block soon. because there's really nothing from the parts that I can use of hers. I was really hoping this hat would come off. No! Anyway, let me check the final comments, and then we will... You ever seen the 70s movie? Yes! I've seen the 70s movies with Yul Brynner. It was really cool. Thanks for joining me, man. Jay, I appreciate it. It's so weird, too. They got these peg holes right in the middle, and as her holes are on her heels, when you put her on there, her toes hang off the end. So even if you were to put her on her stand she came with, her toes hang off. And then if you switch it around and turn it around thinking it might be positioned better, I guess it's a little better the other way. Her toes don't hang off anymore. But still, you think they would have put them back a little further. So I guess it does matter how you put her on there. There you go. Here's how I'd pose her. Maybe her extra head laying next to her like it got cut off from one of the other Dolores robots. Anyway, like I said, I love the HBO series. It was amazingly awesome. Very violent. Very violent. So I'm not going to say that I suggest you guys all watch it because it is violent, but it is kind of fun. And it has that guy from, what is that TV series called? The one with Walter White. Somebody help me. It has the kid from Walter White. Nah, it's really good. It is really good. All right. Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next video. Like they say in the 1987 movie. Hey, partner. Good journey. Anyway. Happy trails to you. Bye now. Where is the off button?